Changing the brakes and rotors on a 2016 Nissan Altima might sound a bit intimidating, but trust me, with the right approach, it's totally doable. Plus, DIY brake jobs can save you a solid $300–500 in labor costs. Let's go step by step and break it down. First things first, safety. Always park your car on a flat surface, engage the parking brake, and place wheel chocks behind the rear wheels. Then, loosen the lug nuts on the front wheels slightly before jacking up the car. Don't lift it yet, just loosen. Grab a jack and lift your car one side at a time. Use jack stands to secure the vehicle. Never trust just the jack itself. Your life is worth more than skipping this step. Pro tip: place the removed wheels under the car for an added layer of safety. Now fully remove the lug nuts and take the front wheel off. Here's the pain point. The rotor and caliper are often super dirty and covered in brake dust. That stuff gets everywhere, so wear gloves and have a catch tray underneath. The caliper comes off next. Use a ratchet and socket wrench to remove the two bolts holding the caliper in place. Don't just let it dangle from the brake line when it's off. That can cause damage. Use a bungee cord to secure it to the suspension. Next, you'll see the brake pads, which can usually be slid right out. Take a moment to inspect them if you're curious. Are they thin, uneven, or looking extra shiny? Those are the telltale signs that replacement is long overdue. With the pads out of the way, it's rotor removal time. The rotor might be stuck due to rust. Don't worry, that's normal. A few solid taps with a rubber mallet around the edge should free it. Pro tip: spray penetrating oil around the hub before trying. Now grab your shiny new rotors. Before installation, clean them with brake cleaner to remove the anti-rust coating. Place the rotor on the hub, aligning any screw holes if applicable. This step is surprisingly satisfying, like slotting a puzzle piece into place. Let's move to reassembly. Slide in your new brake pads into the caliper bracket. Use a C-clamp or caliper tool to push the brake piston back into the caliper. You'll need this room to fit the caliper over the wider new pads and rotor. Reattach the caliper to the bracket and torque the bolts to factory specs. This step matters because too loose or too tight can cause major issues. If you don't know the torque specs, they're in the Altima's manual or easily Googleable. Once you've reinstalled the wheel and securely tightened the lug nuts, repeat everything for the other side. Brakes should always be done in pairs. Pain point here? Yeah, I've skipped a side once, and it was a bad time. Don't be me. After lowering the car back onto the ground, pump the brake pedal a few times before driving. This reseats the pads and ensures you won't lose brake pressure. Test drive at low speed to confirm everything feels smooth and quiet. And boom, you're done.